Finally, I got some boom in the trunk. Hey, what's up guys? It's Flex and welcome back. In today's video, I'm not gonna show you how to install a system in your car, but if you'd like to do so, go visit my buddy Raymond's YouTube page. So he has videos on how to run your wires, how to install your amp, how to make the best out of your sub. You know what? Just go check out his channel. I have links in the description below. So back to my system. I'm all about booming on a budget. I'm not about blowing the doors off other cars. I just want some more bass in my car for a really good price. My whole entire setup here is less than $250. It's all Rockford Fosgate, so it's backed up by a really good, reliable brand. I've had Rockford Fosgate products in my past vehicles and they tend to work awesome, so I decided to go with them again for the C250. Okay, so let's start at the front of the car. First, I bought an 8-gauge Rockford Fosgate amp wiring kit. I didn't go 4-gauge because I don't really plan on upgrading the amp or the speaker. But the only thing missing was a speaker wire, but you can get that for about $10 on eBay. The power cable is connected to the positive of the battery. There's a fuse tie wrapped to this hose, and then that runs behind the battery into a rubber grommet that exits right in this area. So you have to remove the panel right here, which is held on by 3 Torx screws, and that wire is ran along the sides all the way past the seats to the amp. So as you can see, the red power cable is right there, and then I have the ground and the remote wire that turns the amp on and off. So I ran those right over here. So there's a ground, a bunch of wires already ground there, so that's a perfect spot. And then the remote wire is hooked up to number 71, which is a 15 amp fuse for the cigarette lighter. So when you turn your car on, the amp powers on. When you turn the power off, the amp shuts off. So that is the wiring kit. The amp itself is a 250 watt mono amp from Rockford Fosgate. I think that's enough punch to give me some bass. Let's go back inside the car. So I tapped into a speaker that's above the headrest right there. As you can see, the wires, and I snuck it through here into my line out converter that I tucked in here, and then the RCA cables plug right into the amp. It's actually a perfect spot, and the sound is actually really good. Next, let's talk about the sub. So this is a single 10-inch subwoofer from Rockford Fosgate that's set up so it's wired to be 2 ohms to get maximum output from that amp, and it's installed in a 10-inch, about 1 cubic feet box, so that's perfect for this sub to give you optimal sound. Another cool thing I forgot to mention was that amp has a control wire, so it runs all the way up along the edge to the driver's seat. I haven't found a spot to put this yet, but you can basically control the gain at any time you want for the sub. So I have my mom and my niece and nephew sitting in this car. I don't want the sub to be too loud, so I can turn it down there versus going and digging in the back of the trunk to turn down the gain. So that's a plus. That's pretty cool with Rockford Fosgate. And if you guys didn't notice, I installed a bunch of LED lights to really brighten the trunk, because this light right here is crap. So what I did was I bought a Brabus door light kit on eBay for about 25 bucks, but I found out the wires aren't waterproof, so I took a set of them, double-sided, taped them to the top of my trunk, ran the wires along the edge, and tapped into this wire. So now it turns on when I open my trunk, which is pretty cool. And it's super bright. So that's pretty cool too. Let's listen to the sub. Okay, so we're in the car right now, about to start the system. The amp is powered off. As soon as I put the key in and turn it on, the amp is on. So let's get some music going. Well, there you have it. I hope you liked the video. Not bad for a system that only costs 250 bucks. Easy to install, sounds really good, and at the end of the day, backed up by a really good brand. So if you liked the video, hit like below. As always, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace.